Welcome back to my channel.
Catch me swerving through the lanes. Girl, I'm fucking with you tough, and tell it to your face.
So something that has been the topic of discussion and has been on my newsfeed for a while, and that's the discussion of the infamous Sexyy Red. And the reason why I wanted to talk about her is because I continuously hear that she is the representation of Black women and that she makes Black women look bad. I did do some research on her because, of course, she's trending. She's what everybody's talking about. She has a song with Drake. She has a song with Nicki Minaj. So it seemed like, of course, you're going to hear about her. So naturally, I did my research and I listened to her music just to give it a shot. And I'm like, okay, a few of her songs are catchy. I like a few of the remixes. I'm not going to lie. Her appeal to me, she reminds me of some of the girls I grew up in my neighborhood. Some of the girls I went to high school with for the short time when I went to public school. Shut up. The appeal of Sexyy Red is that she, first of all, gives us a different image, a different version of a Black woman, right? And also she shows that the hood rat, quote unquote, or the everyday Black woman can also be successful and have success and have access to the same things that middle class and upper class Black women have access to. However, this whole argument or this whole notion that Sexyy Red somehow represents all Black women. How is that possible? With this variety of Black women that we have in our community, in media, here it is. Sexyy Red is somebody who literally came on the scene within like the past less than 2 years, and all of a sudden she is the representation of Black women. It's just so disingenuous. And honestly, I feel like that statement in and of itself is actually racist if you think about it. Because what you're saying is that there have been so many positive, beautiful, inspiring, uplifting representations and depictions of Black women that we've seen. Let's start with Michelle Obama. Let's start with Rihanna, right? Rihanna's a billionaire, a young billionaire. Oprah Winfrey, another Black female billionaire who's been a billionaire literally all of our natural life. She ain't new to this, she true to this. Amanda Seales, right? Who is a brilliant comedian and commentator and always has a strong opinion on social commentary. Ebony K. Williams, a beautiful, powerful attorney doing her thing. And then it goes further back. There's so many different classy, older versions of Black women, like Debbie Allen and her sister Felicia Rashad. You know, it depends on what you decide to collect. Coming up, we've always had these very sexy, overly sexual, powerful, sometimes filthy, disgusting versions of Black femininity. We had different artists from back in the day like Trina, we had Lil' Kim, and the dozens of other beautiful, voracious Black women. The reality is that female hip hop in the state that it's in right now, because clearly it's going to a state where things are hypersexual, overly sexual, and where that is what's leading. But women are basically saying, like, what's the difference? Men have been doing the same thing for years. It's not uncommon for men in hip hop for the last 2-3 decades to tell a woman, very frankly, since Uncle Luke, to suck his this and to do this and to bend over and to spread it wide. And women are basically saying, well, now we're talking art. We telling you where to put your face. I think that now that the playing field is becoming a little more even, and now we have more women on the scene doing their thing as it relates to hip hop. Hip hop is normally a male dominated, or traditionally a male dominated space and a male dominated form. So now that you have all these women busting through the door talking about, I'm gonna sit on your face, I'm gonna ride, yo, da 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 da. I guess it's just very jarring, and especially that women are winning Grammys, making money, getting endorsement deals. However, Sexyy Red does not represent Black women. She represents a particular segment in Black femininity. She calls herself a hood rat. She would describe herself as a hood rat. She calls herself a ghetto hoochie. So that's who she represents. She represents hood rats and she represents ghetto hoochies, but that does not represent Black women. And when you say that, that is inherently disrespectful and racist and misogynistic and misogynoir. It is. Because there are so many different examples that are right before us that we can point to show us the beauty and the variety of Black women with dignity, who do not participate in hypersexual behavior, who are amazing mothers, who participate in their community, business owners, wives. But yes, Sexyy Red is our representation. Y'all gotta stop. Sexyy Red is equivalent to Tekashi 6ix9ine. These are agents of chaos. These are distractions. These are tools of propaganda. And to be honest, I feel like people who take the tools of propaganda are these agents of chaos serious. I think that they're more of the problem than the people who's creating the chaos. I think the same way we are able to watch the Kardashians or wrestling or anything else that is bizarre in nature, but yet still entertaining and thrilling, we should be able to enjoy a character like Sexyy Red, because she is just one of many artists. She is just one of many female rap artists currently, because there are other options that are available, but are you seeking those options? Some things are just a temporary fad, and I think right now we are just in a season of hypersexuality. So anything that is super sexual, anything that is smutty, nasty, filthy, disgusting, filth, foreign filth, unfortunately is going to get the job. But I feel like at the same time, if you are somebody with all the information that is available at your fingertips with your phone and Google and AI and everything and encyclopedias, if you're somebody who is still being easily led by mass media and by yellow journalism and soft news, that is your fault. And my dear, you are the problem. At the same time, the images that she put out are not the best images. They're not the most wholesome images. They are not images that best serve our community. I will say that. However, that's when our safeguard as guardians and parents and big brothers, big sisters, and community leaders, that's when we step in and say, these are not the representations that we want to duplicate. Do these images hurt Black women? Absolutely. I think that they do have a way of coming back and harming Black women's image, Black women's reputation. But I think no more than hip hop in general, right? I mean, for the last 2-3 decades, what has hip hop been? Hip hop has not necessarily been kind to Black women for the past 2 decades at least. We know that in the 90s, it was very brutal with the NWA, and we love these rap artists. These are classics now, and if their music come on today, we're all gonna turn up, myself included, but they weren't the kindness of Black women, and here we are fast forward today, it's the same. Getting to this point was inevitable. We've been talking about women in the nastiest way. We've been degrading women. We've been careless with women's bodies. We've been body shaming women. We've been colorist. I think ultimately we can agree that, like with anything else, time and a place, right? If you're going to the club, you're about to have fun, I wouldn't mind hearing music like that, because it's exciting, it gets the energy up. Sometimes you want to twerk, you're out with your friends, you're having a good time, it's not as serious. Time and a place. But however, I see it as a subcategory. I see it as a fringe group. It does not represent mainstream Black society. Mainstream Black society, we go to work, we're upstanding. The majority of our women is not tattooed from head to toe with neon wigs, twerking with their tongue out every time they hear a song with a dope beat. That thought and that idea and these images, even people believing that that is the overwhelming majority of Black women, in and of itself is inherently racist. And I think that people should check that. I have no issues with Sexyy Red or Sukihana because I know that they don't represent me. They don't make me uncomfortable. I don't feel like they're ruining my image, because when people come across me, they clearly see that I am different. But like I said, I am an example in the real world, and we have plenty of other examples that exist in the same industry as Sexyy Red. So it's really ridiculous and disingenuous that people would try to say that is a representation of Black women. If you disagree with the state of female hip hop today, just say that. But don't make it seem like these newer images of Black women represents all Black femininity. That's just disingenuous. We ain't trying to hear that. I suggest if you love Black women, humanize us by seeking Black women who go against those images that you think are negative. So therefore you have that balance Because like people always say, we had the balance back in the day. We have the Lauryn Hills and the Erykah Badu's and that. And today we still have the balance, but you have to seek them out. If you're not willing to seek them out, like the Rhapsodies, and there are so many other artists that do not play into the over-sexual nature. Now I like the, you know, some of the music is nice, but again, I'm able to enjoy it and let it be just that, entertainment.